Hello, good day, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Okx Talk Show, brought to you by Okx Africa. This is a beautiful program where we bring different innovators, stakeholders in the ecosystem, and it's about education, educating our audience about blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. So my name is Lee Jomo. I'm your anchor for the show as usual. Today we're going to be looking at an amazing topic, potentials of blockchain in Nigeria. So we're going to be looking at some of the potentials that blockchain has in Nigeria. Also, we have a message from OKS. So, OKS is now, they have rebranded to OKX. So that's the new brand. You could also see the intro video. A lot of things have really changed there. So that's by the way. So we have two amazing guests for this discussion tonight. Talking about the topic potentials of blockchain in Nigeria. Let me welcome our first guest in the person of Zubiani Abdullahi, who is the CEO of Mina Land. Zubana, are you with us? You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm with you guys.
You're welcome to the show. Nice having you.
Hello?
Yeah, you're welcome to the show. Nice having you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Okay, you're welcome. So also joining her this night to talk about this interesting topic is Mustafa Tijani, who is the founder and CEO of Aeropay. You're welcome to the show.
Awesome.
Mustafa.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. So, as usual, you can follow PS Africa.
I think the volume is down. The volume is down.
Oh, I could hear myself from your side. I don't know. I'll check your mic.
My mic is good. Everything is good, but the volume is down.
Okay, Zubani, can you hear me? Zubana,
Yeah,
can
I'm
you hear
hearing
me?
you.
Okay.
Yes,
Can you
I'm
also?
hearing you.
Okay. Oh yes, your video is kind of upside down. So see if you can adjust your device before we proceed. So our audience, if you have questions or you
Hello?
want to know more about OKS, you can follow them on their social media handle. That's Twitter and Telegram
Hello?
at OKS Africa. So that's it. You know how to follow us, CNETv, Coins Extra TV. Just check us across all our social media handles at CNETv1 to get the latest information when it comes to blockchain, crypto, and fintech ecosystem.
Hello,
So
the
we'll go
volume
for
is
a very
down.
short break. When we return, we delve into the discussion proper. We'll be right back. Yeah, welcome back to the show. It's still OKS Talk Show brought to you by OKS Africa in collaboration with CNETv. So today, like I said earlier about the topic, we are looking at potentials of blockchain in Nigeria. So I've been able to introduce our amazing guests for tonight's discussion. So you know how we do it on the show. This show comes your way 8 p.m. West African time every Saturday. Also, audience, we have a session for you to take questions from you guys. So along the line, if you have questions for our guests or anything around this topic or anything about the ecosystem, you can as well drop it on the comment section. When we get to that segment, I'll be able to keep those questions and your questions will be answered. So I have number one here. Let's look at blockchain. We're talking about the potentials of blockchain in Nigeria. So I would like to get briefly from our guests how their own understanding about blockchain technology. Mustafa, how would you explain blockchain technology from your own point of view? Can you hear me, Mustafa? Can you hear me? Uh, Zebane, your video is upside down. Could you rotate your device? Your video is upside down. So while we wait for our guests trying to adjust. Okay, it's okay now. Let me tell, maybe I hear from you, Sobana. How would you explain from your own point of view? How would you explain blockchain technology? Can you hear me, Zabana? Okay, maybe while we wait for them to rectify some of the challenges, I will go for a short break. We'll be right back. Yeah, welcome back to the show. It's still OKS Talks. So today we are talking about potentials of blockchain in Nigeria. So we have our guests. I hope they are trying to rectify some of the challenges they are having over there. So I don't know, Zubana, are you with us? Are you with us? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Mustafa, are you there? So while we wait for them, we have to be making some discussions around this particular topic. So potentials of blockchain in Nigeria, we'll be able to know how blockchain, what blockchain can do, and how this will really make an impact. We can see, the number one place blockchain is really making an impact when you talk about the potentials of blockchain is in cryptocurrencies. And when you look at this, you'll be able to know how is cryptocurrency really affecting the lives of people in Nigeria. So also we have different places we could also look at the impact of blockchain, the potentials where blockchain can play a major role and also do a lot of impact, make a lot of impact. We could also look at in the agricultural sector. We will normally say that our blockchain technology cut across different sectors. So this is what we are going to be discussing. How is we going to be making impact? What are some of the blockchain potentials in the agricultural sector? So these are things we're going to be looking at. When I talk about agriculture, agriculture really affects everyone. You must, is a how would I say the mitochondria, because it's everyone depends on food, and that's most of all the food comes from agricultural sector. So we're going to be looking at that at the course of this discussion. I don't know if Mustafa, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mustafa?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I know the network is breaking in some sense.
Okay, I was asking you from your own point of view, how would you describe blockchain technology?
If you can really hear me clearly,
I can
um,
hear you clearly.
to talk about blockchain technology, yeah, one has
Yes.
to, understand it's from the point of view that blockchain technology, yeah, blockchain technology is a Web 3.0 technology, and we've moved from Web 2.0 to Web 3.0. And blockchain technology, when you talk about blockchain technology, you want to look at the formal sector and the informal sector. Yeah. If you talk about blockchain technology to the informal sector, what comes to their mind is Bitcoin and and cryptocurrencies. Can you hear me? Yeah. What comes to their mind is
I can hear you.
Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and which is really not the value equation for blockchain technology. Blockchain technology, just trying to spell it down to its basics. Yeah, I believe we have from our viewers' perspective. I believe we have beginners, intermediates, and professionals. So just trying to spell it down to its basics. Blockchain technology is not just digital asset class. Blockchain technology is a technology that gives you this freedom of data, and it tells you that not just not just what I mean, like selling the cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, talking about Ethereum and all of that. Blockchain technology is very, very wide. Blockchain technology can go into different sectors of the economy, and I'm going to be very, very well focused in talking about blockchain technology and looking at inclusion and exclusion. You get me? Like, if you talk about inclusion, blockchain technology is very good for those that are tech savvy. But how are we looking at blockchain technology at the spectrum of those that are in the informal sector? Yeah, because blockchain technology, yeah, just to be very, very specific and straightforward, is a technology that talks about decentralization of things. You get me? Like decentralization of your data. Let's take for instance, blockchain technology is telling you that instead of just submitting your data to a system where they tell you what to do or what not to do with your data, or try to want to send your data, blockchain technology is that technology that gives you access to your data, and to some extent, yeah, incentivizes you for your data. That's one thing with blockchain um, technology. Blockchain technology is that technology that gives security, you know, is a technology that gives you access to build your own decentralized digital asset classes. You know, we have we've seen from infrastructures like institutions, financial institutions, coming up with technologies across, like across the traditional asset classes and the traditional illiquid asset classes. You know, that's what blockchain technology does, and we should not just look at blockchain technology from Bitcoin perspective. You get me? Like, let's look at blockchain technology, how we can solve the problem of inclusion and exclusion of blockchain. Looking at the informal sector and the formal sector, how do they know that this blockchain technology is not just trading Bitcoin, it's not just cryptocurrency. Blockchain technology can really go wide in different spaces. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. I also, when you talk about blockchain technology, I really like the aspect of smart contracts. You know what smart contracts is really doing these
Yeah,
days
yeah,
in the software space, in
yeah,
the finance sector, and it got across different sectors. It's still
yeah.
spotting how they did in that. So let's look at some of the ways blockchain can be leveraged for innovation and wealth creation. We could see that when it comes to more especially the wealth creation aspect of it, we could also see that in cryptocurrencies. I know there are other ways to leverage blockchain, creating innovations and also creating. From your own point of view, what would you say about that? What are some of the ways you suggest to our audience?
I didn't really get what you just said. I don't know. The network is breaking in some sense. You just asked a
Yeah,
question. What did you
I
say?
was
Sorry.
trying to say, what are some of the ways blockchain can be leveraged for innovations and wealth creation?
Okay. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. If I get your question right, you're asking how um can blockchain solve, or how can we innovate solutions using this blockchain technology? Yeah.
Yes,
So,
yes.
in a sense, if I try to reframe the question, is how do we look at blockchain to advance the GDP? Because have if we have innovations, if we have innovation, we have valuable things that are developed on the blockchain technology, it's really going to grow our economy. Look at economic growth, you understand, and you look at GDP, yeah. And the thing is, one of the most important things for us is to look at how do we come up with new things that if you're not the one doing, nobody else should do. You get me? Like, how do we come up with things that would, force the institution governing the markets that we're in to, kind of restructure the way they are doing their things. You know, I'm going to talk around that in the tripartite division. Yeah, where I'll look at blockchain technology, infra innovations at the acceleration side, and actually look at blockchain technology in the deceleration side, and see blockchain technology at a stagnation side. You get me? If we are really accelerating, we are accelerating in blockchain technology at the space of fintech, financial technology. You can't say that you're not having value. You're having a lot of value around financial technology. You see fintech startups coming up, and fintech startup coming up. You see people talking about NFTs and metaverse and all of that buzzwords these days, yeah. But the thing we'll look at more is the deceleration side, where we are not really utilizing blockchain as it should be, yeah. When you look at areas of agriculture, trying to give farmers access to the market, we are really decelerating in that sense. You get me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah. So we're actually decelerating. We are actually decelerating in that sense. In spaces like agriculture, you don't see startups in Nigeria coming up with solutions in biotechnology because of micro regulations to those startups, which is actually the effect to the macro level of the economy. And if you talk about stagnation with blockchain technology as well, stagnation, I would say, is really startup founders these days. People think you have to be a coder to understand blockchain technology. I've been in the space for over a decade now. The thing is, you don't really need to be a coder to understand the blockchain technology. Just understand the infrastructure, look at the industry you can go in, see how you can understand there's a blind spot and solve that problem. And there's been valuable stuff coming out. I have to say what Complexity Hub are doing. Trying to propose that blockchain space. Being very very specific that this is what they are doing. It's blockchain. And if you go into Complexity Hub, you see so many innovations across agriculture, financial technology, transportation, real estate. You get what I'm saying? Like these are things that we really need to actually look at for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I really like that explanation because that is going to be taking us to the next discussion that we have here. But before we move to that, for our audience, if you have questions, please about this topic, about this discussion, please drop it on the comment section. Very soon we'll be getting to the segment where we'll be able to take your questions. Please do well to drop them here. What we're going to be looking at, our topic.
Yeah, sure.
Our topic is
You guys should
potentials of
drop
blockchain in
keys.
Nigeria. Our topic is potentials of blockchain in Nigeria. So, what are some of the
In
potentials of
Nigeria,
blockchain
for sure,
in Nigeria?
for sure.
When it comes to, let's start. I have a different sectors I will be looking at. So, I have different sectors that I'll be looking at here when you talk about the potentials of blockchain in
Yes.
Nigeria. So, I would like us to first of all look at of blockchain in Nigeria when it comes to agriculture. Or how do you think blockchain is going to play a role in the agricultural sector? I know I have other sectors that are listed here, but let's start with agricultural sector just briefly.
So the thing is, when we look at blockchain in the space of agriculture, yeah, um, for sure, yeah. So when we look at blockchain in agriculture, the thing is, there've been tremendous amounts of progress. When you look at blockchain in agriculture, food production, you understand, and the thing is, most of the solutions that deploy blockchain in agriculture look around the supply chain. You get there's this startup that I came across. Is my friend from 365. What they do is they give farmers access directly to the market. You get they give farmers access to the market, and how they do that is they go to the farm, take that product, and take it to where the product is more valuable. And aside that, one of the startups I've done before, I did a project called Arion. What Arion does is it tokenize physical commodities into digital assets. So if you're in quality in Nigeria, all you need to do is claim Agron. You get if you claim Agron, it's as though you buy directly from the local commodity trader. You get if you get it's like you're buying directly from the local commodity trader. And if you look at blockchain in agriculture, you try to want to look at the supply chain management, where if you go to a grow have expired or is really hygiene and stuff. There are solutions that are deployed where you can just go scan the barcode, you get scan the barcode that's attached to that product, and it's going to give you a barcode integration of where the product is coming from because that solution is deployed on the blockchain. You get what I'm trying to say? And one of the things we need to look at to kind of grow our economy is try to see how we would deploy solutions where startups can come up with solutions where it's going to be it's going to be it's going to have a more international look. You get what I'm trying to say? Solutions where it's going to have international look. How you can really help like kind of has the largest commodity market in China.
Okay, Mustafa, let's look at this. I know you are the founder CEO aero-based smart flight reform engine. So let's look at what are some of the potentials of blockchain in Nigeria.
Sure.
Let's look at the aviation sector. What are some of the potentials that blockchain have when it comes to the aviation sector in Nigeria?
The aviation. Sure. The thing is, the aviation sector is one of the most highly structured sector in the world that promises a global village. You get that's why most of the times you don't see startups, playing around the aviation sector because it's highly structured and you need something to come in and give that decentralization. It should not be structured too much. It has to be decentralized. That's why I came up with a solution therapy where if your flight is cancelled or your flight is delayed, what do you do? Basically, what people do is you have to file documentations. You have to call your travel agent that your flight is cancelled or delayed. You know, those are frictions. Those are blind spots. Those are not supposed to be happening. That's where blockchain comes in. Is that platform that gives you the ability to decentralize things. Yeah. So um, we designed a platform where if your flight is cancelled or your flight is delayed, you don't need to call your travel agents. You don't need to do the airline contact center and just rebook because right now most of us have pain points. It's really a pain point. That's why we are coming in to see how um we'll solve that. And there's a lot of assignments we are doing here in Abuja, Conversity Hub, because we are the platform here with Conversity in partnership with Conversity Hub directly involved with LPA. And I have partners as well from Silicon Valley. One of my advisors is Jenny Thorson. I have Mr. Adebe Giowonibi. I have Mr. Charles. I have Mr. Ibrahim Lama. And there are a couple of stuff that are coming up with, Bantu blockchain, Stella. You get so that's how we're looking at it. It's just about decentralization. Aviation is too centralized, but blockchain is coming to decentralize those frictions across so many layers.
Interesting. I wanted us to look at, we've been able to look at agricultural sector, aviation sector. Let's look at electoral sector briefly because of our time. Then we'll jump over to other discussions and take questions from our audience.
Yeah. For sure. When you look at because when I started, I said I'm going to have a tripartite division where we see blockchain from acceleration, see blockchain from deceleration, and also stagnation. Now, if you look at this, what you just said about the you don't really see start of time, but there are live solutions out there. I've designed a platform on blockchain where you can trade your soil.
Hello, Mr. Mustafa. It's like we lost him there. So we are currently looking at the potentials of blockchain in Nigeria. It has really been a very interesting discussion so far. We have been able to dissect all those questions around that. So we just have a few questions before we get to the audience segment. We'll be able to take your questions. So right about now, we go for a very short break. When we return, we'll continue with the discussion. We'll be right back. Welcome back to this show. It's still Okx Talks, brought to you by Okx Africa, live on your darling station, CNETv, Coin News Extra TV. So we are discussing potentials of blockchain in Nigeria. So our audience, if you have questions about this topic or anything around this ecosystem, please do well to drop them on the comment sections. We'll be able to be picking the questions. We're almost at that segment. We are discussing about potentials of blockchain. We looked at the potentials of blockchain in Nigeria when it comes to agricultural sector. What are some of the roles blockchain could be able to play? And we're able to hear from our guests who can shed more light on that, on how blockchain will play a role in agricultural sector. We talked about aviation, which has a innovation around that. We're talking about AeroPay, smart flights refund engine, where they have a lot of innovation there on how to get refund if your flight is cancelled, and a lot of discussions around that. That's very amazing. We are talking about electoral sector. So you are back, Mustafa. So let's say, Zubane, are you there? Okay, Zubane, I know you've been having some challenges with your network. Glad to have you back on the show. Let me hear from your own point of view. Let's look at some of the challenges we face here in Nigeria when it comes to implementation of blockchain technology in these sectors I've been able to mention. What are some of the challenges faced? Can you hear me, Zabana? Zubana, can you hear me? Okay, while we wait for her, she's trying to fix it from side. Let's look at some of the challenges when it comes to implementation of blockchain technology in Nigeria. So it's kind of a general challenge all over the world. I know it's not kind of peculiar to a particular country or region. So we know one of the challenges there we're looking at when it comes to blockchain is regulations. Regulation plays a very vital role, not only in the blockchain sector, also in the fintech sector. So, advocates are making plans and also following up on regulations because of we don't need regulations that will stifle innovation, because innovation is very, very important in this ecosystem. So regulations, and you see sometimes, many times, when the government are so skeptical about new technology, when you talk about blockchain and other emerging techs, you see that there's a lot of nations are still making some research about this particular ecosystem to understand it around it. So the ones that are coming around, I don't think they are friendly, but we are looking to have it friendly. Maybe very soon we'll be having a more friendlier regulations. Mustafa, are you there? Zubana, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Are you on mute? I can't hear you. Mustafa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you clearly.
Can you hear her? I can't hear her. So Mustafa,
I can't really hear her.
okay, see if you can talk about the challenges when it comes to blockchain implementation, some of the challenges in Nigeria.
So, when you look at challenges that blockchain startups get, is most of the times, it's something that has to do with the economy. It's something that has to do with the GDP. It's something that as an institution, the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, though it's something that they really need to look at. You can't just wake up one day and just create your own currency. Nobody, will allow that. So you have to get regulated for sure. So that's where you look at micro regulations on startups affecting the macro level of economic growth. So basically, the challenges startups get is you know the institution itself does not really understand what blockchain is. You can see the trading of cryptocurrency, and at the end of the margin, they came up with their own email. So that's it's there's a gap, there's an education gap in understanding what blockchain is, and as well there's this spectrum where startups need to know that it's not just about creating coins, it's not just about creating tokens. It's about using it more focused around the excluded ones in the society, those that are not really captured, those that are unbanked. Because okay, we have a feature called where you can just use the USSD code to get automated refund. Instead of using the app, for those that are unbanked, you can actually use a USSD code to get your refund by typing star this you get your refund for those that are unbanked. So really the challenge is you can't just wake up and just come up with your own currency and not get regulated by the institution, the central bank itself. So there's an education gap. There's really an education gap across the spectrum, and I believe we're going to get there. We're going to get there. Really, it's just about understanding how to have you know um, ecosystem friendly relationship between government and startups. Lately, I saw the startup bill. I read about the startup bill and all of that. Um, it's telling you that something good is coming. So Nigeria to have in era and at complexity of this the CG, the CNGL and all of that, it's really not going to actually be a challenge, but it's going to be a challenge if you just wake up one day and say you want to create your own currency. You might start to create your own currency. It's something you have to get regulated and stuff. That's why most of the tech startups, um, when we had when we had the blockchain Nigeria user group conference at Abuja, I met one startup. What they did is they didn't do their incorporation in Nigeria. They actually did their incorporation in Kenya, which is actually very bad because of the challenges. That's why I say it's micro regulations on startups that's affecting economic growth at the macro level.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. Let's
Yeah,
move to the next segment. That's the segment where we pick questions from the audience. So we have a lot of questions coming in. So let me just go through some of them and see
yeah,
what we
yeah,
have
yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So just Joe, do you think blockchain will be useful in northern part of Nigeria? Uh, can you just
Really, there are a lot. Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. So there are a lot of startups that are coming up from Nigeria. You get me? There are a lot of startups on blockchain that are coming up from Nigeria. From 365, it's from 365. Sorry, from Kano, from the northern side. There's from I think Agro. Don't forget, the northern part of Nigeria is housing the largest commodity market in West Africa, called Dawano. And you see FX, FX Commodity Exchange. They have to come to the northern part of Nigeria to actually get commodity, and as well. And there are a lot of startups really that are making effect, on the blockchain space really. And when you talk about cryptocurrencies, there are startups. Most of the people in the northern part of Nigeria are very very you know are very very savvy across trading cryptocurrencies.
Okay, that's very nice. Let me see some other questions here. Okay, somebody is trying to ask. I guess it's trying
Yeah.
Anthony Ndewadu is trying to ask. Please, I love how blockchain can make money in the pockets of rural farmer. So I know he's trying to ask how can blockchain make money in the pocket of rural farmers.
Sorry, I didn't
Uh,
get you. Sorry, I didn't get you.
so Anthony Ndewadu is asking, please I love how blockchain can make more money in the pockets of rural farmers. I know he's trying to ask how can blockchain make more money in the pockets of rural farmers. I guess that's what he was trying to ask.
Yes, yes. So to answer the question, yeah, just a day before yesterday, we had a conversation. He had to solve a land, zoning issue for he had to solve a land zoning issue for a farmer you who has a very large acre of land but does not have that licensing. You get, so he had to come in and solve all those problems for him. Try to tokenize that land and help him sell the land. You get, and it's very very informal. That's why I look at really. I look at the excluded guys in the society and how do you solve problem for them. That was why I talked to you about Agrion. Agrion, we tokenize physical commodity into digital assets. The local commodity trader, the local commodity trader does not know how the blockchain works, but we go to his warehouse to connect all the entire commodity, put it on the blockchain, and help him trade it. Before you, it's really solving problem, and there are really tremendous amount of success stories across little farmers. I told you about 365. There's FarmBit as well. You can look at FarmBit. FarmBit give access to farmers, give monetary access to farmers as well. So those are amazing projects on the blockchain space.
Okay, thank you very much. Can you hear me? I guess you're around. Can you hear me, Zubana? Zubana, can you hear me? Okay. I have one more question from our audience here. Say from Goodness Oluchi Obijuro. Hello, I came in when the guest was speaking about blockchain and the travel industry. Can he please shed more light on that? Thank you very much. Did you get the question?
Sorry, I didn't get the question. I didn't get the question.
Did you get the
Sorry.
question? Someone is asking.
Yeah, I didn't get the question.
Kevin Nunes was speaking about blockchain and the travel industry. Can he please shed more light on that?
You know, looking at the travel industry, yeah, looking at the travel industry, um, the travel industry is a very wide space. You have to be very specific and you have to narrow your focus to one side. Are you looking at the trucking side, where Combo 360 are, moving goods and commodities from one place, demand for trucks? And as well, are you looking at the airline side, where Aeropay is trying to give automated refund on your delayed or cancelled flights? You get me? And you can see there's a startup I met. They're trying to do something very, very different from Bolt and Uber. From Bolt and Uber using blockchain. I'm not going to, publicly announce their proposition, but it's really amazing. It's really amazing. And just, Combo 360 are actually moving to, moving their stuff to the example I'll give you, the only critical example I'll give is what we are doing here in Abuja with complexity. Or your flight is delayed, you don't need to call the travel agent. You know, you don't need to call the airline. You just click on the refund engine. You just click on the redeem request and you get your refund. And as well, for those that are not tech savvy, you can use the USSD code attached to the smart contract. You have a USSD code that's attached to the smart contract. If you For those that are not tech savvy, you get your refund.
Thank you very much. Very interesting conversation and questions. That's how far we can go. It has really been an amazing discussion. Potentials of blockchain in Nigeria. We've been able to look at different areas that blockchain can play a role. In Nigeria, we looked at the agricultural sector. We looked at the education sector. We also looked at the electoral sector. There are many other sectors that blockchain can play a role and also is playing a role. Talk about the arts and culture, when we talk about metaverse. There are some other questions that we have here that we cannot take because of time. Thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate our guests. Also, I know Zobana Abdullahi, the CEO of Mina, she had some joining us. So thank you, Mustafa Tikani, for joining us today. It has really been an amazing discussion.
Yeah, thank you very much, kindly said. It's amazing to be here. This is my first time actually talking at Okx Talks. This is my first time actually. Yeah,
So
it's
that's
amazing to
wonderful.
be here.
Yeah, just an amazing speaker. That's very interesting. I will be having you more frequently on the show. You know how we do it. This show comes your way every Saturday, 8 p.m. West African time. Of course, the OKS. They have changed from OKEX to OKX. Thank you very much. And this program comes live every Saturday, 8 p.m. live on your darling station, CNETv. So do well to follow us across all our social media handles at CNETv1. And also do well to follow OKS on their social media and the Twitter and Telegram at OKS Africa. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you again some other time. Thank you. Bye and have a wonderful night.